Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on The Laws of Light, we're going to explore how to light shiny metal. We're going to show you how to light a silver object in the context of a video clip. So first off, if you look at this teapot, it's interesting. You see around this, you see everything in here. Metal does not really want light shined at it. If I take and put this light directly at the teapot, I get a very harsh light on the teapot. I get harsh highlights. I do not get a gorgeous wrapping, rolling light around the teapot. I just get a harsh, heavy light in one spot. So it really does not light the teapot. What's lighting the teapot and looking good is this V-flat that we have on the camera left side, because the light is in that entire V-flat and it's creating on the spout and on the front here, it's creating that white highlight. A V-flat is two pieces of cardboard that are taped together, usually pieces of foam core. These are from V-flat World and they're 1/2 inch and they're taped together. One side's white, one side's black. So you can V-flat it white side or V-flat it black side. So it takes away light or it adds light. And they stand up on their own because it's in a V, and that V also cuts off the light from the camera, from the background. Just makes it an efficient way to hold your reflector in place and to cut the light off. So it's a V-flat.
Get out of there.
Okay, I'm getting out of here. Now you can take that light and move it around and create gradations with that white highlight of being brighter or darker, so you can really control that. But if you're going to light this teapot, you're going to have a 360 and a roof on this, all white, so you can get just a beautiful chrome. Look at that chrome all the way around. Very, very difficult. If you can light this teapot, you can light anything that is chrome or metal. We're not going to light the teapot today, even though these principles will relate to the teapot. We're going to light a BB gun. So our shot is just Haley's going to bring the gun up into the shot, and now we have to be able to light this. If I have the light, the specular light on it, it's hard, it's directional, there's nothing interesting about it. It also, it kind of destroys the mood in our shot a little bit. I don't think it has really the mood that we want in the image. So I'm going to take this light off from her, and what we want to do is we want to reflect light into the side of the BB gun. The easiest way to do this is to put a mirror right here and to look from the camera, and this shows me exactly where I need to put it. I need to have a card right here to reflect into the side of that BB gun. So if I turn this card in, I've already placed it so I know it's going to work. If I turn this in, it's going to give us a light into the metal. It's going to give us a nice highlight down the side of the barrel. It's going to give us just a nice look at that light. If I turn that off, the gun's going to go dead. Now we put that card behind her. It gives us a little bit of light on her hair, but it really just lights the BB gun in the front here. It's not lighting her as much as it is the gun. It's just a reflection. Metal wants a reflection of a white surface. So if you put a softbox, if I put a softbox up right here, I don't have to dial it up very bright before it's going to light the side of my gun and not bother the really moody light on her face, because the metal is looking at the light source. So it doesn't have to be very powerful, it doesn't have to be very bright for it to do its job and make that gun look really good. So I want you to remember this one principle. Metal is lit on the angle of incidence. So from the camera, I look at my metal object, and the light that's going to light it and make it look good is going to be on the angle of incidence to the gun. It's not up here, it's not out front, because that's not an angle of incidence. That gun becomes very bright and prominent in the image. It becomes a strong statement. Now I'll rack the focus when we shoot this from her face to the gun, so we can just see that pole as the gun comes up. But the gun is just in a nice spot there. It's lit very nicely because of that angle of incidence. Now if I say to myself, you know what, I don't like the top of the gun, it's just not bright enough, I want a nice little line on that barrel, then I'm going to have to get a card on an angle of incidence right in here that will give me an angle of incidence back to the camera, and it'll give me a nice drawing on the side of the barrel. I think we have plenty of light on the gun now. I mean, it really stands out, it gives us a nice statement, and it doesn't destroy, our lighting of the gun does not destroy the mood that we have on her face. So here I am standing in the complete dark, because every good lighting lesson starts in the complete dark. So we have no light here whatsoever. So my first light is going to be right directly from behind. It's a Aputure 120D. Turn that on for me, Carissa. That really just gives me a rim light for her all the way around. It's going to light the smoke that's going to be behind her. It's going to be my background light, basically. Not that it's on the background, but it's going to light the smoke that separates her from the background. But now we don't have much on her face. I've got a full blue gel on that. That full blue gel, it's got a little bit of bounce into her face, but let's emphasize that a little more. In order to create that bounce, we put a V-flat up. So we can turn that V-flat light on. Go ahead and turn that on. That now is going to light her face, but it's not going to spill light onto the background. That light's on the floor and it's got some blue on it, so it matches the light we have coming from behind and feels congruous. But it's on the floor, so it gives us kind of a glow up on her, and it goes up to the top to kind of fill it in. It'd be a much different look if we brought it up high and shine it from the top down. It's going to light her very differently. I like this underlight, feels kind of more moody, more cool on the floor there. Then the last light we added here is a Aputure 300D. That into this flat lights the side of the gun and gives us just a tiny bit of light on her hair. She's blonde, so it's not hard to get separation with her hair. It's a very easy thing to pull off, whereas a brunette, someone with darker hair would be, you could put a lot more light on this and open it up. We put this light behind her, this reflecting card behind her, so that it doesn't destroy the light on her face, but it just gives us a nice glow in the gun. That's an important principle to understand. This kind of a light from behind just kind of paints the gun and makes it it looks right, it looks interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do some smoke and shoot a few of these. So let's see what we've learned. Haley, how would you light a shiny metal object?
Well, obviously, I would put a card on the angle of reflection and then light up the card.
Exactly. It's not the amount of light you aim at the subject, it's the amount of light you reflect into the metal surface. That's what lights it and makes it look so fabulous. So reflect the light on that angle of reflection, you get a great looking metal object, whether it's in context of your video or as a still shot. It's a great way to do it, so keep those cameras rolling.
And keep on clicking.